Hey there, YouTube. This is going to be a general read, midweek, middle of May. But this is a timeless read, so whenever it does find you, it will be meant for you, all right? Little tippity tap here. What is this? Introspection. Sorry about the card. A little tragedy happened there. 12th house. Okay, communication, perhaps, or communication about some kind of adversity or challenge. Okay, they want to start from the beginning and they want to tell you the whole story. Everything that's been going on. This person has been going within. They've been looking at themselves and their life and where their life has taken them, and they've done a lot of shadow work, a lot of meditating, connecting with spirit, lining up the chakras, things coming into alignment, and wanting to communicate this, coming from a place of centeredness, healing. Communication is definitely going to be a thing, okay? So, it was an apocalypse. Oh boy, yeah, this person, this energy, whoever this is, was forced through a breakdown of their circumstances, things falling apart, so that they could be put back together in alignment. They really had to take a long look at themselves. This is all about shadow work, introspection, looking within. Could be dealing with a twin flame, okay? Twin flames are all about looking at the shadow, working on the self, mirroring things to each other. So like I said, there's some communication that's going to happen regarding this. The castle. Romance, love, pearls of wisdom. Looking within. Again, introspection. Looking inside yourself. Your own castle. You are your castle, your home. Looking in your heart. What are your feelings regarding this apocalypse? Okay? Maybe you've been going into hermit mode, doing that shadow work. Not really going out, not really, socializing all that much. Let's see what we have here. The vessel. Protecting yourself. Okay? Again, going within. Taking a good hard look at yourself, at your circumstances, how far you've come. I see yellow, I see orange and green. I have yet to see a grounding chakra, so you may need to get grounded. Obviously, as you're going through this change, this shadow work, you are going to need to protect your energy, okay? There is a light at the end of the tunnel, okay? You're not going to be in this shadow forever. What's underneath that here? The siren. Protecting your energy, especially when it comes to love, matters of the heart, the bedroom, okay? This is an energy of being very alluring. People just gravitate to you. They gravitate to your energy, your source. Here's that red. Remember I was saying I see a lot of orange and yellow and green? Now we get into the red, right? The grounding energy, the beginning, The place where we're going to start, right? Healing, a lot of healing energy. Okay? A lot of fiery passion. Okay? And you need to ground that energy while you are protecting yourself here. Okay? Underneath the castle, we have the river. In the reverse, here we are with the chakra colors again. Base colors. Red, yellow, orange, green. The base chakras, okay? And then we have some of the higher chakras out here, but someone wants to come towards you. They just aren't quite ready. It's like, I'll cross that river when we get there. They're not quite ready. They're still doing a lot of that inner work, that shadow work. Okay? Or you are. And they know it's not time to come towards you yet. Oh, but they will. Oh, the stone. See, nothing is yet set in stone. They see your worth. They see your value. They see that you're a jewel. Somebody to be valued, treasured, appreciated. And they're just trying to see how they fit in with you and your world and what you've got going right now. They want to communicate. They think about you all the time. Divine timing is at play. They're waiting for the right time to come forward. They're building the foundation first, you know, before they move up towards the top pinnacles of the top chakras. The throat, the crown, the third eye. Okay? Nothing is yet set in stone. Things are being worked out. This is a work in progress. Things have to break down fully before they can be rebuilt again. So we're still in this sort of protective phase, this apocalypse. Let's get another card on this. Oh my. Provider. This person, when they come forward towards you, they want to make sure that they can be a provider to you. Okay? Perhaps this is part of the shadow work that they're doing. All right? They're getting free from past stuck energies. They want to build a foundation before they come towards you. Okay? They want to make sure their finances are good. They want to take you out to dinner. They want to make sure you're fully free and available for them when they come forward. They're waiting for the right time, when it feels right to them. This is the kind of person that's going to plant roots. They want something permanent. They want stability. They want commitment. You could be dealing with the Sagittarius. Okay, I see a lot of Sagittarian energy here. All right. Why is this here like this? Oh, the underworld was right underneath it. Interesting. Ooh, right? There's a transformation taking place for this person, okay? They see your light. You're like a flame to them, and they're like a moth. They're highly attracted to you, highly intuitive. They're watching as things unfold, okay? They know that you're stuck in a situation when it comes to your housing. They haven't reached out to anybody. They've been trying to do it all on their own, okay? Right now, things are still being worked on, okay? It's like they're making fertilizer or compost for things to grow in. They want to make sure there's a solid foundation for things to grow. For this new relationship to grow. They want to be a provider to you, okay? They don't want you to have to struggle anymore or worry about where your next meal is going to come from or where you're going to live or what you're going to do. Let's get a card here that wants to come out. Eagle. You are learning all aspects of spiritual connection and reaching new heights. Now, this was trying to come in on the reverse. You're still working on the bottom chakras. You and this person together, like I said, you may be twin flames. You just don't even realize this yet. Or maybe you do, but the situation is going through a breakdown where you have to start all over from the very beginning. Again. All feet on the ground, being grounded, starting from the beginning. Then you work your way up to the new heights. As you work your way up to the heart chakra and then the throat chakra, and then we get into the third eye and the crown, connecting with spirit. Okay, you're learning to get grounded and start from the beginning with a solid, firm foundation before you can soar like an eagle to those new heights. And that's all about making the proper connections. And spirit will guide you on your path where you may seem lost and you don't know which way to go. The eagle spirit is going to guide you to spirit and connect you to the guiding forces, you know. Spirit will guide you, but you need to get grounded, okay? Let's get some cards on this. Let's get some tarot cards for the collective. Tippity tapping into the energy. We got some devil energy here in the reverse. Okay? No more gossip. No more worry. No more fear. Okay? Getting over adversity and the challenges. Releasing the chains that are binding you to past traumas. Okay, worries or doubts, and getting stronger and starting some sort of new venture. Okay, there's going to be plenty of opportunities for growth. Okay, you're a hard worker and you are persevering and you will be rewarded. Okay, communication will be coming about some kind of work or project. It is going to bring stability. Okay, the stability that you're looking for. Again, here's that King of Hearts. They want to provide for you. They are respecting your boundaries at this time. Okay, they're not coming in as toxic. This is about work. This is about growth and stability and also about love. Could be dealing with the Scorpio. I'm getting Capricorn energy as well. This is something new, something exciting. Okay? They are afraid to come forward with this new offer. They are a little bit hesitant. Okay? They don't want to be a fool. They don't. Sorry. They don't want to come off as a, you know, foolish here. They want to take their time. They want to come towards you correctly. Okay? It's not even necessarily about love or loving oneself. It's definitely about trying to get some stability back into your life. A solid foundation, okay? This is the upright. This is the reverse. You have struggled with love and persevering from something in the past, okay? Something in the past, but you're moving forward into hope. Wishes being granted. So, you know, if you haven't had faith or patience, it's going to come in, okay? It does require a little bit of patience, again, with this work. It's not coming in quick enough for you, I guess, but, you know, you really do need to try to persevere because this new opportunity is coming. Something creative, something fun. So the call's going to come in, okay? You will get the call. Try to have faith. It will come in. You are not going to be juggling money anymore, okay? Where you were having a hard time making a decision, it's going to come in. All right? You might have to write down the message when it comes in. There's going to be a lot of information for you. A lot of information. This could be something new, something that will require some study. All right? You might be afraid of this move, okay? You're getting 7, 7, 7, 7, faith, patience. I know you're losing your patience and your faith, but you really need to hang in there because it's coming. Celebration, union, marriage, commitment, happiness. It could be just marriage and commitment to a job that's going to make you happy. All right? It's coming in. This new offer. It's going to clear up everything, all your worries, all your doubts, okay? You're going to be very, very happy. You're going to be happy that you made the right choices when you let things go. You let things go and you ended things for your happiness, and you're going to be rewarded for this. Okay? You may have your doubts that it's ever going to happen, but we have a 4. You're just taking a nice rest and a break. And there's nothing wrong with that because while you're doing that, you're working on your temple, you're working on your foundation, your strength, your energy, your focus. Again, there's somebody that's going to communicate with you and they're not telling you everything. You're going to have to use your discernment, okay? This communication will come in. It's going to require you to really think about it. Use that third eye, okay? Yeah, you don't see this coming. This could be a serving job, okay? Being of service to others. It's going to give you growth and transformation and make you very happy. All right? So, if you're having worries, drop your worries, drop your burdens. This new cycle is coming, and it's not going to be as hard as you think. It's actually going to lighten a lot of the worries. It's going to lighten a lot of your load. It is going to lighten some of your responsibilities in some weird way. I don't know how, but it's going to bring balance back into your life. It's going to bring a lot of balance and stability. It's something that you're going to be passionate about, excited about. You're moving away from this third-party energy from the past. This is literally what caused the whole apocalypse in the first place. But all this had to happen so that you would lighten the load of a lot of burdens, and this new stable beginning is going to come in. It's what you've been waiting for. Okay, it's what you've been waiting for. And this king is coming up with a new offer. Yeah, it's coming. Let's just stop right there. Whew. What else? These are the cards that I pulled out. You're walking away from things that just don't make you happy, and you're celebrating. You're celebrating yourself, okay? You walked away and you ended something here, and you took a break, a nice long break. A break from responsibilities, a break from work, a break from love, things that were not serving you anymore. Any kind of toxic behavior that wasn't serving your highest good, you've removed it. It's done. It's in the past. All this new growth has come in since then. Since you let that go, new opportunities have been coming up. You're definitely celebrating. You're definitely celebrating. Okay? You've been working on yourself. And you haven't even been letting anybody know. You've been keeping it to yourself. You've been keeping the success to yourself. Right? Making people guess. Making them wonder, what's going on with her? You've been persevering. How? How have you been persevering? They don't even think you've been working because they don't even know where you've been working. And who are these people? These are the people that have been watching you, wanting you to fail, but you didn't fail. You walked away from the bullshit and those people, all these people here, and you focused on yourself. And because of that, you are now beautiful and abundant. And you're attracting love, romance, stability. Okay? Looking good, smelling good, in touch with your emotions, connecting, loving yourself. And when you do this, new love comes in. The Hermit, right? You haven't even gone out publicly since you let go of that toxic person from the past that puts you in that third-party energy. You've really been just keeping it to yourself, right? Persevering, moving forward. Like, this is the Hermit, but there's a lot of water here. I always thought of the Virgo as like a mermaid. They're connected to the ocean for sure. Like, I'm a Virgo and I have just as much water in my chart as I do Virgo. It's Virgo and lots of Scorpio and Pisces. So I'm like a mermaid, right? This is like a mermaid right here. Very connected to her emotions. Very connected to the self. Doing the inner work. Doing the shadow work. This is so that you can bring in more abundance, more love, a higher vibrational union, and source of income as well. You put your foot down and you decided that you're not going to work with toxic people. You're not going to work for toxic people. If that means that you don't make enough money or as much money as you'd like, you're okay with that. Because your heart, your mind, your soul, your spirit are far more important than just going out there and just making a bunch of money and being unhappy. You're more focused on your happiness, doing what you love to do, living in a more higher vibrational state. One more card. Oh my God, right? And when you do that, this is what you bring in. I literally am just taking this off the top of the deck right here, okay? You ain't gonna see everything. You just have to trust me. And here, this is a side note. Why the hell would anybody fake their tarot readings and stack the deck just to build a story that sounds good, okay? Cards were shuffled, plenty. I smudged. I connected with spirit. I prayed. You can't make this shit up. The 10 of coins, the home, the happiness, the stability, the foundation. You had to tear everything down and rebuild it so that you could get this fulfillment, this wish fulfillment. Okay? And now that you're rebuilding this, you have the dog, the loyalty, the husband, the child, okay? Everything that you want. You persevered, you kept going in the face of adversity. You let them tear you down so that you can build yourself back up into something new, something better. And all these people are going to see it. And they're going to be like, what? Holy moly, holy smokes, right? What else do we got here? A contract. Libra energy, transformation and growth. Like I said, you don't even see this coming, okay? You don't even see it coming. You're so worked on your own self and your shadows and everything else here. You don't even see this contract coming. It's going to require your strength. In fact, since you had this ending and everything just kind of fell apart, you really had to step out of your comfort zone and manifest a miracle. Hot and cold, waiting for your manifestations to come in. It took work and constant perseverance. And these manifestations have been in prayers ever since the beginning of the year with those full moons and those eclipses. And now that you've gotten the strength and you moved on from this heartbreak and this ending, this new transformation begins. Somebody is going to want your commitment. I feel like since that ending, you've just kind of been floating through life. Literally floating on the wings of the eagle, connecting with spirit and letting spirit guide you. Blindfolded, not even knowing where the hell you're going. Literally just trusting that it's going to come. There's been a lot of impatience in the read, but you have to know that everything happens in a specific order. You got to start from the bottom and work your way up that ladder all over again to a new level. You are going to reach new levels that you have never experienced before. This is going to be all new to you. You don't even see it coming. You can get rid of your anxiety and your worry. You don't see it coming, but you will. Yeah, you're worried about deceit. You've gone through a lot of deceit in the past with caring connections, and this has caused you to lose trust and faith and patience. That is desperately needed here. We have a number 7, okay? Faith and patience. What did I just say? Oh my God. It's like I'm psychic. Anyways, you don't have to be anxious or have anxiety anymore. In fact, I feel like as you release that energy of anxiety, because at the beginning of those lunar eclipses that we had at the beginning of the year, I had a lot of anxiety. And I broke up with so many people. I quit jobs. I literally axed everybody. Axe. Cut that shit out of my life. Anybody that was toxic, I cut them out like that. And I've been struggling, but persevering through this. And now things are just starting to culminate. Things are just starting to work themselves back together. Okay? Tell me more about this 10 of coins, please, Spirit. Let's see what we have. Any kind of confirmations? Any new messages? Anything that the reader needs to, or watcher needs to see? We have the 4 of Swords in reverse. I think you've rested long enough. You've rested long enough, and it's time to start taking action and make definitive decisions for your future. You definitely need to work on that foundation, okay? You need to get rid of the worry. You need to have faith in yourself and patience. Something is going to happen real soon. And with this in the reverse, you don't see it coming. I can't express that enough. It's literally going to take faith. It's going to take faith, and it's going to give you a whole new direction and outlook on life, okay? Look at this. Oh my. Oh my. Yeah, you ended it. You cut ties with this person right here. This Father of Swords, air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, right? They were very toxic. Okay? And you've been focused on this for far too long. It's time to stop. Release the burdens. Release the past. It's over. The worst is behind you, okay? And new growth and finances are on the way. And you're going to love this for yourself. You're going to know that you made the right choice, that you let all this shit go, because you did it for yourself, okay? That's the bottom line. You did it for yourself. Get rid of your worry, okay? You do have a victory. There is light at the end of the tunnel, okay? This victory is imminent. It's going to make you so happy, okay? And there's that Seven of Cups in the reverse again. There's just one cup here, and that's your cup, okay? When you start loving yourself, this new love comes in. It's going to offer growth, stability, long-term gain, long-term love, and commitment. This might call in your soulmate or a twin flame connection, but you're going to plant roots together, okay? Yeah. Oh my God. It's like you don't see it coming. You think you're just so worried about your finances that you don't see this 10 of Cups. You worry too much. Okay, you're not going to be left out in the cold for very much longer. Again, you don't see it coming. You're so worried about getting grounded and starting from the beginning that your third eye isn't even focused on this. Yeah. You're going to get some clarity real soon, okay? It's going to bring you the ultimate happiness. I don't know how else to tell you otherwise here. Surrender to the divine. And that's what you've been doing since this breakup, shake-up, where you just let everybody and everything go. Jobs, friends, relationships, people in general. You let them all go. You surrender to the divine. You've just been praying to God, spirit, angels, to help you. But your hard work is about to pay off, okay? What do you need to release? All that energy from the past that's keeping you stuck and feeling not abundant. That's what you need to release, okay? Fear, judgment, worry, anxiety, stress, lack of patience, lack of hope. You need to start thinking positive, okay? Let's get another card on this. Compassion. Have compassion for yourself. Everything that you've been through is for your greater good, okay? Yes, this is the answer. This is the answer, okay? You need to find something and be devoted to it. You have been left on the fence for far too long, leaving everything up to spirit and not making an actual decision, a move. Let's get one more for the watchers. It's time. This transformation is happening. You have a butterfly. Could be dealing with the Gemini. That could be who you let go of. Okay. And now things are starting to change. You know, everything dies. The leaves fall off the tree and new ones come back. You literally have to release these old dead leaves for the new growth to come in. And it's going to come. It's coming. I feel like you were in this cocoon stage for a while and you're just out of the cocoon. Just getting out of the cocoon. In fact, that's the apocalypse. You're in this cocoon, stuck, wiggling around, thinking you'll never get out. And then somehow you break free. You break free. Now your wings are a little wet. So that's why everything happens in timing. A butterfly doesn't just become a butterfly and then go backwards into the cocoon. No. You were caterpillar soup for a while. You couldn't do shit except for transform yourself and go through that apocalypse. The meltdown of who you were and who you became. Two completely different things, right? You started out crawling around on the ground, right? Starting from the beginning, crawling around on the ground and working your way up into that cocoon, into that inner work, into your heart and everything else. And then you slowly worked your way out of that, and now you're still transforming. Not quite ready to fly, but soon you will be. Soon you will be. Now, are you going to fly right back into the flame of transformation? You certainly can. You certainly can. Well, that's all I have for you. Take care.